Hello everyone, my name is Marcos Luis and I would like to talk to you about jealousy. Is it really worth it to get jealous? Uh, Most of the time, we have the tendency to think that other people have it better than us. And most of the time, it's not the truth. We have the tendency of thinking that other people have it better than us. And we have the tendency to become jealous. Um, we have the tendency to think that some people are living like in heaven, and we become jealous. But the truth of the matter is that once we realize, once we come to the realization that nothing is perfect, nothing is perfect for anyone. Whether you have a lot or whether you have a little bit, um, nobody's living in heaven. Whether you have a lot of money or you don't, we all go through trials and tribulation. For example, Donald Trump is a millionaire or billionaire. And as we all can see, this man has all the money in the world, but is not actually a happy person. So, taking that into consideration, though, a lot of people are rich. There's a lot of rich people in this world, and most of them are very unhappy. They're very unhappy. So, to become jealous of other people, I think is a flaw in our thinking. It's sort of like a mistake in our thinking. It's a flaw in our thinking. Again, we usually have the tendency to think that other people have it better than us. Other people are living in heaven and we are not. But then again, that's not the truth. Again, we all go through ups and downs, whether we have a lot or whether we have a little. Every Friday night, I see a lot of men and young men preparing themselves to go out for the weekend. And most of them have their cars, and most of them have their girlfriends. But what we have to realize that these people have to work all week and save their money for the weekend. So these people actually have to work really hard during the week so they can enjoy the weekend. And these people don't have it easy. For example, if I become jealous of a man, of a guy who has a car, and I become jealous because I start thinking that he has it better than me. And of course I become jealous, as an example. But in reality, if we look at the whole picture, this young man had to work all week and had to work really hard all week to just enjoy the weekend. And even if you work all week, just enjoy the weekend, there's no guarantee that you're going to have a good weekend. There's no guarantee that everything's going to go perfect for you during the weekend. A lot of men, a lot of guys, a lot of people work very hard for the weekend, and they have high expectations for the weekend, and their dreams are usually broken because when Monday morning comes around, they realize that what they were thinking they were going to get during the weekend didn't come true. They didn't have the fun that they thought they were going to have. So, as a counselor, I like to look at the whole picture. I like to look at the whole the whole picture, and what people really go through. You know, um, I think jealousy is a thing for immature people. I see things through different eyes. I see things. I try to see the truth in every situation, and that's what enlightenment means. That you understand, every situation, and you see clearly every situation. So, to become jealous of someone, I think again it's a flaw. I think it's a mistake that people make because again, nobody's living in heaven. We all go through our trials and tribulation, whether we're rich or whether we're poor. We all go through trials and tribulation. And sometimes the mind, the mind lies to us. Uh, the mind can show us heaven, and when we get to that place, we realize it's not heaven. It's just another place in time. Um, Again, I mean, you know, things of the world do not bring the pleasure that sometimes we think it's going to bring. We become disillusioned, we become discontented with life. I am going to be 55, and I've been there. I mean, I'm studying to be a peer specialist counselor, and that means that I've been there. I've been in the same situation. Again, I'm going to be 55, and I'm talking from experience. When I was young, I looked for heaven. I looked for that perfect evening. I looked for that perfect weekend. To be disappointed, many times. Um, it's true, people can have fun, but it's not actually what we want out of life. We think one thing and we want to do it, but when we do it, we realize that that one thing did not bring us happiness. So, the things of the world don't bring happiness. It's like the guy who buys a car and is happy to have this brand new car. And he's happy for 2 or 3 or 4 weeks until he starts to become tired of the car. And this brand new car that brought him happiness in the beginning now has turned into a burden. Now he has to worry about insurance, insuring the car, buying gasoline for the car, finding parking for the car. So this thing that brought him happiness for a few weeks has now turned into a burden. And owning a car is like it's a big responsibility. And a lot of young people make that mistake. They think that they're going to be happy with it. But actually, as time goes by, they realize that this brand new toy has not actually brought happiness into his life. It did bring happiness, but the happiness was temporary. The happiness, the happiness was temporary. So that's what usually happens. And I'm talking today about jealousy. Why should we be actually jealous of something that's not really true? I mean, again, we have the tendency to think that other people have it better than us, and it's not, it's not the truth. We all go through the same trials and tribulation. Um, you know, I look for happiness in the simple things. I thank God that there's a little girl in my life, and I'm being a father to her. And I am glad for the little things in life. Like I'm glad to go to the park and see this little girl grow, and I'm happy just to see her grow and running around the park. I'm just happy with that. So I look for happiness in the simple things of life. But then again, I'm much older. I'm going to be 55. Um, but then again, I was saying like things from the world do not actually bring happiness, and if it does bring happiness, that happiness is temporary. So then again, looking at the whole picture, uh, having insight on human behavior and what people go through, is a good thing. You know, uh, I did away with jealousy a long, long time ago because actually the people I was being jealous of, I realized were going through a hard time themselves. Even though they had plenty in life, even though they owned a good car and they had a beautiful house, and for example, the guy had a beautiful wife. But when you look deeper than that, when you look deeper in than that into their lives, you're going to see that they also have problems. You know, you know, these people also have problems. So jealousy is something very destructive. Actually, I think jealousy is the mind lying to us. The mind actually will lie to you and say that all these people have it better than you and you have nothing. And that's a lie. I mean, that's a lie from the enemy. Um, there's no reason to be jealous of anyone. Again, jealousy is very destructive. It does a lot of harm to people. But there's no need for jealousy because in actuality, if you look deep into this, into people's lives, you're going to find out that, hey, we all go through trials and tribulation and we all suffer. Again, we can have good times, we can actually have good times. But one thing that we can use to overcome the problem of jealousy is to realize that nothing is perfect. Nothing is perfect for anyone, whether you have a lot or whether you have a little. Anyway, Michael, my name is Michael Smith. Take care. Bye bye.